panahong bata pa ang anak, ito po ay laging nakasunod sa magulang at madalas ay palakwento at puno ng katanungan. Pero pagdating po ng adolescence, kung kailan mas nagiging nagiging sarili na nila ang kanilang mundo. Normal lang ba ang pagsisikreto? O dapat na ipag-alala? Ngayong umaga po sa Mama Piece of Advice, isang ina ang nagpadala ng sulat sa atin na pag-aalala kung bakit biglang nagbago at tila may nililihim ang kanyang anak. Kaya naman basahin natin ang kanyang liham. Sabi niya, "Dear Mama P, ako po si Maricel, 45 years old at nanay ng 15-year-old kong anak na si Andrea. Dalawa lang po ang anak ko at maayos ang aming samahan. Nitong mga huling buwan lamang ay napapansin ko ang pagbabago sa kanya lalo na sa ugali niya sa amin ng asawa ko. Madalas po siyang nagkukulong sa kwarto at tuwing papasok ako para magpaalala na kumain o magpahinga, parang laging nagugulat at agad itatago ang cellphone. Nako! Kunwari ay nanonood lang ng video pero halatang meron siyang ayaw ipaalam. Sinubukan ko pong buksan ang kanyang cellphone para i-check ang mga activities na ginagawa niya pero may password po ito. Bilang magulang, nag-aalala ako na dahil baka may tinatagong problema o baka may mali nang ginagawa ang anak ko. Dapat ko po ba siyang i-confront tungkol sa bagay na ito? Paano ko po ba maibabalik ang open communication sa anak ko para hindi siya maglihim? Lubos na gumagalang, Maricel." Upang tulungan po tayong masagot ang tanong ni Mommy Maricel, kasama po natin ngayon ang isang psychologist, si Sir Lordy Angelo Santos. Good morning, Sir Angelo!
Good morning po.
Thank you, welcome back. At maraming salamat sa pagpapa-unlock ng interview kahit holiday.
Opo, maraming salamat din po sa pag-invite ulit sa akin dito.
Yes, bati ka muna po sa ating mga manonood.
Happy Labor Day sa ating mga manggagawa, no? At sana po ay mabigyan nating linaw kung ano man yung mga katanungan, no, na ipinost ng ating letter sender for today.
I'm sure, Lordy, maraming makaka-relate na mga parents dito of teenagers dahil talagang iisa lang yung ugali nila pag pagtungtong nila ng teenage years, even like a year or two before that, yung mga betweeners, medyo papunta na rin dun yung ugali nila. Laging parang hindi masaya sa buhay, tahimik. Ang hirap makipag-conversation sa kanila kasi parang isang tanong, isang sagot. Parang, how's school today? Okay.
May mga pagkakataon.
Did you have fun? Yes. Or, what did you like about it? Everything. Parang you don't get any further sa kanila, tas lagi nagkukulong. Normal lang po ba ang nagiging malihim kapag sila po ay papuntang teenage years or teenager na sila?
Okay, so unang-una yung stage na yun, yung teenage year, adolescence year, no, basically is the phase in their life when they start to work on their own identity. Okay, they start to exploring places or connections that are outside of the family. No? So it's actually expected for people in that kind of stage to keep secrets, no, or not to open up about things that they don't think exist in the same circle, like for example in the family. No, pero again, we have to be careful and siguro aware enough, no, on how or where we can set the boundary, no, whether it could be a healthier set of keeping things to themselves or baka naman mamaya umabot na siya nun sa level that would be detrimental not just to themselves but even to the relationships with their parents.
Oo kasi kahit teenagers na sila, kahit nasa adolescent stage na sila, ano pa rin yan,
formative years.
Formative years pa rin. Lalo na iba naman yung formative years nung mga below 10 years old. At iba rin yung pang teenager, medyo may mas emotional yung dine-develop nila dito. Tsaka mental also.
Yes, mental, social.
Oo, social.
Yes.
So they need the guidance
Of
even
course.
more than ever kasi ang daming changes na nangyayari. So how do we get to them? 'Di ba? Para matulungan sila.
Okay, so talagang nakabase siya or malaking epekto, no? Malaking factor yung parenting na nagawa natin while they are still towards their early developmental years because that would again guide them about the relationship, about the open communication that they will be having with their parents. So kung medyo sabihin natin, no, hindi naman nila lahat pero may mga pagkakataon na meron tayong mga naitago rin halimbawa while they're growing up or maybe there are instances that the parents mismo would lie to their children,
Ala, walang
So
ganun.
kasi yung modeling na nangyayari at
Correct.
that earlier stage would serve as a template for these adolescent years. So kung ano yung na-build nilang template while they are still in their early developmental years, yun lang yung makukuha nilang...
They will carry it
Yun,
over.
yung makakarry over.
Until their
adolescence. Or
adolescence.
kung hindi pa na-correct at that point, even up until their adult years.
Okay.
No? So, malaking contribution or malaking factor na sana, while they're still in their early formative years, na-guide, naturuan na natin sila on how they can basically open up about things, they can talk freely, no, especially to their parents, to their relatives, or other closely related individuals.
Paano, Lordy, yung mga hindi nakapagtanim ng ganyan?
Ayan,
In the early developmental years, tatapon na ba natin yung mga
Hindi
teenagers
naman.
natin?
Mas komplikado siya, mas mahirap, pero it doesn't mean na wala ng paraan.
Oo.
No? Hindi naman lagi nahuhuli ang lahat pagdating doon, lalo na
tama.
adolescent
Paano natin
years.
maibabalik or pananatilihin or introduce ang open
Yan.
communication lines?
By of course setting as an example. No?
Okay.
So if ever
it's not too late.
It's not too late. It would never
they
be too late.
Okay,
Oo.
so number one, don't lie to your kids. Kasi you have to model that behavior na hindi ka rin, kung ano yung sinabi mo, gagawin mo. 'Di ba? Lalo na yung mga promises na ginagawa ng
Yun.
mga magulang, hindi yan dapat empty. Hindi yan para tumahimik na lang sila. Sige, gagawin natin yan. Kailangan talaga nilang panindigan.
Mapanindigan yan.
Para maintindihan nila yung konsepto ng integridad.
Ayun, oo.
Diba?
Yung
Meron kang
katotohanan.
isang salita. Pag
Yes.
sinabi mo, gagawin mo. Tapos, ano pa ba yung sinabi mo kanina, Lordy? Yung parang, okay, if you keep secrets from them, they will also keep secrets.
That would serve as a template for them. No? Kumbaga parang magiging model ka kasi kayo lagi yung nakakasama, nakakasalamuha, and if that kind of transaction persists, no, that would serve as their template on how they would be dealing with their life as well
Okay.
in the near future. But again, it's never too late. Parents, people around them would always do better to let them know how to
Okay.
initiate that kind of open communication.
Ano ba ang tamang approach? Halimbawa, nasa teenagers na nasa teenage raising na yung
Years,
mga parents, 'di ba? Ano ba yung tamang approach ng pagtatanong na hindi nakaka-offend
Oo.
or nakakasara ng communication lines?
Medyo tricky din yun, no? Kasi minsan, syempre, depende rin dun sa ugali ng parents, sa ugali ng bata, on how we can adjust. So, unang-una siguro, kailangan nating matutong maging creative. Okay? But most of the time, meron kaming tinatawag na sandwich approach, no? When we
Okay.
talk about to people
Uy,
to
maganda
prevent
to.
them from being defensive.
Sandwich.
Okay,
Ano
so
to?
kumbaga parang we would recognize, for example, what they're feeling, what could be the possible reason, why they are hiding things, no? Like for example, yes, I understand na halimbawa lang po, no, na hindi yan madaling sabihin or baka mamaya mas maganda kung mapag-uusapan lang yan with your friends. Pero kailangan natin ipaintindihan sa kanila na nandito rin naman ako para makinig. No, without any form of potential judgment or maybe even without an exchange for punishments or anything else.
So,
no?
paano yung sandwich?
So yun, pagkatapos natin ma-recognize the reasons or their feelings why they are not opening up to us, we'll have to introduce a set of conditions na, okay, nandito pa rin ako as your parent. If you want to talk about things, I can openly listen. Maybe we can spend time together. Maybe not in this household or in this setting, but maybe somewhere else na mas komportable ka. If you want to be with the presence of other people, pwede. And then at the end of the conversation, if we'll be talking about them, kung ano yung mga conditions na sinabi mo nung una, no, na ni-recognize mo bakit pwedeng itago niya yon. You'll have to validate or reinforce that. Kaya pala.
Parang ang complicated,
No? Medyo-
Lordy. Simplehan natin para sa ating mga nanay at tatay.
Okay, so to make it simpler, let's recognize their emotions, their feelings, their possible reasons.
Okay.
Bakit kailangan nilang
Paano nga
itago?
natin yung palalabasin kung ayaw nga magsalita?
Doon po sa approach na susunod.
Okay.
No, nabibigyan natin sila ng mga
Sasabihin
options.
lang natin, halimbawa, may masungit siya. Recognize natin yung pagkasungit niya.
Okay.
Parang, ikaw, parang, why the long face? Or,
Or-
something bothering you?
Yes,
Ganun
no?
ba yun?
Na pwedeng, naiintindihan ko na pwedeng itong
Ito
mga
na yung tinapay sa
pag-uusapan
taas.
natin, no, ay
Okay.
pwedeng hindi komportable para sa'yo.
Okay.
No, pwedeng nakakainit ng ulo, nakakainis, lalo na kung ako yung kakausapin mo bilang magulang.
Okay.
No, pero gusto ko lang sana maintindihan mo na we're here to guide.
Okay.
No, nandito kami not to punish, no, or maybe not to react on how you expect us to be. No, regardless kung ano man yung naging reaction namin from the past.
So we always have to acknowledge that there's a
Yeah.
problem.
That there's a problem, no? That exists or there's a reason
Or
behind.
dapat chill lang tayo na parang, what's going on? Parang,
Yeah,
kasi hindi
that
ko
could
alam
actually
eh.
be an alternative approach.
Minsan
yes.
kapag tinututukan ko talaga yung nakikita kong there's a problem, lalo sila nagka-clam up. Pero kapag halimbawa, isama mo lang sa mall, tapos kwento-kwento-kwento
Yeah,
lang,
that
mas
could also-
marami akong nakukuha.
Oh, again,
Tapos,
depende siya sa
tapos
bata.
talagang sinastop ko talaga yung sarili ko from trying to solve what she's
yes.
making kwento. Halimbawa, magkukwento siya. Kasi my friend, ganito. Parang, withhold judgments. Huwag muna mag-sermon.
Pause.
Huwag muna try, huwag muna magbigay ng solusyon. Kasi minsan gusto lang na talaga i-air out.
Oo.
Yun yung natutunan ko recently. Kasi akala ko, bawat sitwasyon dapat bigyan ng solusyon. Pero hindi pala.
Not all the time, yes.
Oo.
Minsan kailangan din nila ng tao na makakapagbigay lang sa kanila ng tengang makikinig.
Yes.
No? So that approach could also serve as an alternative. Again, depende dun sa pagkakakilala mo sa bata.
Oo.
If you know that that child or adolescent are not used to confrontational conversations or direct conversations, pwede nating gawan ng roundabout, no, on how we can talk about
Lordy, okay lang ba pag sinabi nila, halimbawa, she's obviously upset. Si Sky ba to? Kasi sa anak ko, she's obviously upset and then you say, is there something bothering you? Tapos sabihin, I'm not ready to talk. Should we give them that space or keep trying? Kasi, paano kung medyo seryoso pala yung problema? Or kailangan talaga ng intervention para hindi nila ma-harm ng lubusan ng kanilang mga sarili? Or they don't, di ba, go down a rabbit hole of depression or thinking that they're not...
Give them that space, but be on guard.
Okay.
No? Or kumbaga at least prepare, maybe maintain some connection, communication, despite giving that space. Kasi kapag sinabi ng mga giving space, hindi naman yung tipong iiwan mo lang
Wala
talaga.
na akong paki.
Na wala ka ng pakialam. No?
Sabi mo eh. Oo,
So
tama.
you need to acknowledge that, especially if there's a threat, no, or something that is really bothering that person. Give space, but better if you can establish a more connection, no, without
Just
directly
don't be siguro
intrusive, no? Don't be intrusive.
Huwag kang
no?
mag-helicopter.
Oo.
Pero be available.
Yes,
Alam mo
if
yun?
ever they would come to a point na kailangan or gusto na nilang makipag-usap, you'll have to make sure that you'll be there.
Yes. That's very sound advice. At pagdating naman sa mga gadgets, katulad ng problema ni Mami Maricel, gusto niya sanang halughugin.
Tignan, oo.
First of all, dapat ba nating halughugin ang kanilang mga gamit, ang kanilang mga nilalaman ng kanilang mga gadgets? Meron ba tayong karapatan as parents to do this?
Okay. So, basically, as I've mentioned earlier, they're trying to gradually build their own identity, their own sense of independence. No? So, they would really demand for that independence.
Minsan, ayaw nilang papasukin sa kwarto nila yung mga kapatid nila, di ba?
Kasi kailangan na rin po nila yon, yung privacy. No? So, that would also build their character as a person.
Okay.
So, for parents, if you want access, better collaborate or decide with your child. establish some boundaries kung ano yung mga potential events na kailangan makuha nyo yung access dun sa cellphones, but outside those boundaries or things na sa tingin nyo ay pwede naman niyang itago, no, for his or her own privacy, we have to respect that as well.
So, okay lang yung cellphone ay pakita sa'yo or hindi mo alam yung password?
In that kind of situation, it depends dun sa relationship, sa collaborative decision making, no, between the parent and the adolescent. Kasi
Ako siguro bibigay ko yung ganyang klaseng independence kapag mga 18 years
Mas matanda.
old and above na sila. Pero itong parang 13 to 16, 17, parang natatakot kasi akong maging biktima sila ng mga, alam mo na, ng masasamang loob dyan sa internet or sa social media. So, ang ginagawa ko, yung mga apps na meron sila, nakikita ko rin kung ano yung ginagamit nilang apps. Meron silang limits na ako yung nagko-control. Na parang, hindi pwedeng, YouTube all day long.
Yun,
At saka nakikita ko rin yung search history.
Ayan, mabuti nga po
Kasi
sa...
isang account lang.
Ayun, mabuti nga
Hindi
sa
naman
technology
nanonood
ngayon. May ganun na pwede mong
Diba?
ma-mirror or
Para makita
makuha yung data.
Kasi minsan,
Yes.
akala mo, nakakatakot din talaga sa social media, sa internet. Minsan makikita mo napaka-harmless. Uy, si Chloe nandiyan. Sabihin niya, alam ko na
Meron
ang gagawin ng
palang
nanay ko. Anak po yun ng writer namin na may handle nito segment na to. Yun, so minsan akala mo yung title di ba?
Harmless.
Napaka-harmless. Pero yung nilalaman pala hindi. So, yung mga ganyan, yung mga apps na hindi talaga pambata. Although, sinasabi ko rin, kahit yung mga pambata, hindi 100% guaranteed na safe for them at wholesome. Pag mga YouTube, mga ganyan, mga pangmatanda, doon sila sa public
area gagawin.
common area gagawin dapat.
Yun po yung mga transactional decisions, no, that needs to be discussed between the parent and the child.
Yes.
That if ever meron silang engagement in those potential applications, websites that might expose them to harmful
Yes.
information, no, pwede nilang gawin in a public space, or maybe they can allow the parents to access their browsing history or kung ano man yung mga nasa-save nila from those information, no. But we also have to respect that if ever they, for example, they would try to keep some things for themselves that we know na that could not be that harmful, maybe a conversation with a close friend, a
Correct.
classmate, so
A crush.
about that. So maybe we can try to give them some space, no, to keep those things on themselves, but again, give them that channel that if ever they would want to communicate about these things.
Siguro umpisahan
You would.
ng mga nanay or mga tatay yung conversation about, let's say, crushes or getting close to the opposite sex, ganon. Sila na mag-umpisa para malaman ng mga kids na, this is something that is not taboo to discuss in the family.
Yeah. Let's normalize those kind of conversations.
Correct. Oo, para sa panahon na mga ilangan talaga sila ng payo ng magulang about that topic, they can be assured na this is something that I can introduce in a safe space. Hindi ako i-judge.
Mas maganda na po na yung parents or responsible individuals, no, within the household, kahit yung mga godparents, grandparents, would feed their curiosity rather than avoiding those kind of discussions.
Yes.
Kasi doon pumupunta yung pagkakataon that they will be seeking other sources.
Correct.
No,
Dahil
to
hindi
feed
tayo
that
sure
curiosity.
kung tama ba ang
Yes.
tinuturo. Yun.
So-
Kaya, alam ko, Sir Lordy, Sir
Lordy,
Angelo, matagal pa ang mo kakailanganin itong mga tips na ito. Pero, please, payuhan mo muna yung mga magulang na kagaya ni Miss Maricel tungkol sa kanilang mga trust issues with their kids.
Okay, so unang-una, mas maganda kung magkakaroon talaga tayo ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng masinsinang pag-uusap, no? with our children, with whether they're adolescent or in their early formative years, so we can freely talk about these things. As much as possible, better if we could make them feel safe, make them feel that they will not be judged, so that we can freely talk about the boundaries that we need to establish, the things that we need to agree on, no, with your child and you as a parent, para mas maging maluwag kung ano man yung mga bagay na pwede nyo mapag-usapan na hindi sila magiging defensive or secretive. Ay.
Kaya ba, mga mama? Ang pinayo ni Sir Lordy. Ito naman po ang mama piece of advice namin. First piece of advice, pakinggan bago pagsabihan. Hindi po laging kailangan ng sagot o sermon. Ang taus-pusong pakikinig lamang ay nagbibigay na ng lakas ng loob sa anak na magbukas ng kanilang saloobin. Second piece of advice, presensya at hindi pressure. Maraming bata po ang nagsisikreto hindi dahil sa kasalanan, kundi dahil sa takot, sa reaksyon ng magulang. Subukan po natin wag maging OA ang ating mga reaksyon. Ipakita na lamang po na ang tahanan ay ligtas na lugar para magsabi ng totoo. At third piece of advice, palakasin ang loob sa pamamagitan ng pagpapayo. Ang simpleng pangungumusta lang po, pag-uusap at payo mula sa magulang ay malaking tulong para maramdaman ng anak na hindi sila nag-iisa. Sir Lordy, baka gusto niyo pong ibigay ang inyong mga contact details sa ating mga kada.
Okay. So, again, if ever things would be too difficult, I hope we can always consider to seek professional help. And you can reach out to my pages. Just search Tito Mong Psychologist across various social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, no, YouTube, and TikTok. Ay.
Panalo yung tito mong psychologist, 'di ba? Para hindi nakaka-intimidate, 'di ba? Parang pinapayuhan ka lang talaga ng isang marunong, isang eksperto. At mga kada sa panahon po ng pagbabago sa anak, higpitan po ang yakap, hindi po ang control.
Mga ka-Net 25, this is Pia Guanio-Mago. For more Kada Umaga updates, please click the subscribe button and follow us on Net 25 social media pages at Net 25 TV and at Net 25 Entertainment Facebook page. See you guys. Bye!